Good afternoon, everyone.
I am Justine Coronel.
My name is Raan Rada.
And I'm Ernie Lauresta.
We are the students from Philippine
Christian University.
And as a part of our subject, creative nonfiction,
We are assigned to interview Mrs. Rowena Adelante.
So, hello po, ma'am. Good
Good afternoon
afternoon
po.
po. So, first, can you tell us about yourself po?
Oh, well, I'm Rowena Adelante, 53 years old, and I am a wife of a pastor, Pastor Ariel Adelante of Royal Priesthood Bible Baptist Church. I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering at Central Philippine University in Halo, USA. And as a graduate from that place, I moved to Manila for work. And right now, I am no longer employed because together with my former boss in the company where I was in before, we put up a small business. Actually, we are 2 years old now. Our business is now 2 years old. We're just starting. And it's more on agricultural industries.
So, based on what you have said a while ago about your experiences, do you see yourself before that you will become a successful person someday?
Oh yeah, of course I do. Because one thing, I am anchoring my faith unto the Lord, and I believe unto His promise in Jeremiah 29:11, wherein the Lord really has this laid out plan for us, not just for us to be prosperous and successful someday. He has laid that plan for us, and I'm holding on to that. That's why the moment I graduated from our school, I really have that vision that someday I will really be successful.
So, for you po, how will you define success?
Success, well, for most people, or the world I should say, they define success as something to do with the size of your bank account. They say you're successful if you have your own house, you have your cars, you have all the material things. But then again, as for me personally, my definition of success has nothing to do with it. It's a bonus, but for me, success is more on the size of your heart, how big your heart is when it comes to not just with your passion on your work or on your career, but rather in your dealings with other people, and more especially when it comes to your service to the Lord Jesus Christ. How big your heart in serving Him.
we cannot reach success without undergoing challenges. So, can you tell us about the most unforgettable challenges and how you conquer it?
Oh well, when it comes to challenges and difficulties, I have so much of it. But then, since you're students, I just want to drift back to those times when I first worked. When I first left our home to go here in Manila and apply for a job. That moment when I first joined a Connell Brothers Company Pilipinas Incorporated. It's an American company, and it's a chemical distributor. So most of their employees there are not just chemical but engineers. They are all engineers. The employees there are more engineers. And in our time, we have this. What you can say? When you say engineer, you always have in mind the school. So in our time, most people have this concept that Mapuan engineering student graduates are really on the edge. And imagine I'm from the province and I joined a company where most, if not all, of my colleagues are from Mapua. They are Mapuan graduates. So I have this fear, this inferiority, having, wow, they are all Mapuans and I'm from CPU, and we're in, most of them, they do not know where CPU is. But they would ask me, oh, from what school did you graduate? And I told them I came from Central Philippine University. Oh, where's that? Imagine the reaction. You know, I was really scared. I feel so little. I mean that inferiority. But then again, what what made me overcome that fear, that shame, or the timidity is the thought that, hey, I'm a child of God. Jesus is with me. There's no reason for me to be ashamed of my school or to feel a little less than them. The fact that we're all graduate of chemical engineering, what they learn is the same thing I learned from in my school. So there's no difference. And in fact, I believe I still more on the advantage side because I know Jesus. He has me in my heart. So that's it. Because of that thought, I became courageous. I did not think about the time that I came from the province and this is just my school. What I mean is, God has prepared me. God has caused me to be here. God allowed me to be in this kind of company. There's no reason for me not to be able to succeed. There is always a way. God will always pave the way for me to succeed. And these difficulties are just nothing. They are just but tools of God to train me or to hone me, to develop in me the courage and the strength. So for me to reach success.
Is anyone capable of being successful like you?
Of course, everybody is. Why? God loved us. He's a God not just for me, but for all of us. As long as we allow Him to be the one or to be the captain of our lives. You know, as mentioned to you before, earlier when we had that short talk, God has this promise in Jeremiah 29:11 that He has laid a plan for us to become successful and prosperous. So the only key there is that we just allow the Lord to let His will take control of us. Meaning we have to surrender our own desire, we have to surrender our own will, our own plan, but rather be submissive to what God's will is. With that formula, there's no reason for us not to make success. It's a matter of obedience. We obey what God wants us to do, and then everything will follow. And if that had been true to me, there's no reason it would not be true to you guys. And in fact, you should be thankful because we are now living in a very modernized world wherein we have the advanced technology, and you are more blessed than I am. Why? Because you get the chance to talk, not just with me, but with so many other people who are more experienced and successful as well in their chosen field, that you can somehow get lessons that could serve as a mirror or as a reference for you to move on and conquer your own success. But again, I just want to reiterate, it's a matter of obedience. Surrendering your will to the Lord, let His will rule over you, and you will have that Jeremiah 29:11.
Thank you for that very inspiring story. And
What else?
Kat! Ano ba niya tapos? Ang yun ang boses mo, guys. Takang ganyan mo.
Wala ba tayong 10 minutes?
Magta-10.
10 lang.
Ilan na?
Wala ng arte. Puputulin.
Sige, papasok.
Hindi, di ba? Ulit.